Okay, folks, welcome back to another edition of Action Figure Imagery. Today we have G.I. Joe Classified Scarlett, Retro Scarlett. These are the retro figures, even though you don't see the word retro on the packaging. However, these figures are the original looks of the characters. It would have been nice if the first figure looked like this and was like this. This is what people originally wanted in the first place. How the figures that have their original look rather than a modified, classified version. You see Scarlett on the packaging, just like the old vintage art from the 1980s. And you see all her weapons in there. It's a skinny packaging, just like the 80s card. And you see from the sides and the back of the packaging, you see the other three figures you have to purchase. Well, if you want to purchase, that is Scarlett, Duke, and what's the guy's name again? The jungle guy, Ricondo. Yeah, I think that's his name. And Scarlett's bios on the back. It's readable. Counterintelligence, primary specialist. First skill. Her real name is O'Hara. Shanna M. O'Hara, as you see right there. Role, especially first role, counterintelligence. I'm sorry, her role is counterintelligence. Primary specialty is intelligence. Secondary specialty classified. Atlanta, Georgia birthplace. And you see right here, she's a martial arts expert who started practicing at age 9. Scarlett graduated summa cum laude from 2 Ivy League universities and went on to excel in training courses at all 4 branches of the armed forces. So at the time, she trained in all 4 branches of the armed forces. So we're assuming Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. That was back in the day, back in the 80s. There's more branches than 4 branches right now. You have the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the National Guard. Have I missed anything? But it looks like the old 80s bio. Now you've seen Scarlett in the packaging. Now let's have a look at Scarlett out of the packaging. Okay, folks, we now have Scarlett out of the packaging, and this is the first time for me as far as reviewing over a figure while they are standing on a foot stand. And as you see, I have Scarlett standing on her foot stand. It came packaged with her, because that is my only complaint about this Scarlett action figure. It's very hard to get her to stand without falling. Other than that, it's a perfect action figure. But you have to work with her to make her stand properly without falling. And instead of me moving the figure this time, I'll just try to get closer. I just zoom my camera in and see if I can just, well, sometimes when I move the figure in front of the camera, it's too dark. The image is too dark, so I'll just have to maneuver my camera. I'm not able to slide my tripod up at the moment. I'll just have to pick up my tripod physically like this so you can get a closer look at the face. Sometimes the light isn't bright enough for me to move the figure in front of the camera, so I just do like this. If you want to get an up close look at the figure from a video standpoint and from picture standpoint in the slideshow. She comes with 2 ponytails, by the way. It's up to you which ponytail you want to pose her with. And there you see she's on the foot stand. Okay, let me zoom out. But try not to zoom out too far. Okay, now let's see. You can stand her without the foot stand. It's not impossible, but it's a lot of work. She falls very easily. See, that's the problem. You gotta pose her a certain way to make her stand properly. And I before I purchased this figure, I thought that she would stand really well because she's flat-footed. She doesn't very well. No, she's not. She does have heels. I take it back. If you can see right here, not big heels. I thought this figure was flat-footed, but she does have some heels. I'm just now noticing that. So she's not flat. There, now she's standing without falling. But I know many of you are already familiar with the articulation of the figure, but for those of you that are not, for you newbies, the head can move down that much and back this much. Of course, side to side movement. Swivel on the elbow right there, swivel right here. This bends, the elbow bends. I'm sorry, at the shoulder. Swivel at the wrist. Swivel right here at the top. Midsection swivel. I think, yes it does. She's got to work with it. Upper thigh swivel, even though you can't see it because of the, what are these things called? I can't think of the name of them. But I got her knife still, one of her knives still in there. There, you can take it out of their holster, the holster. And then I think I just did say mid-thigh swivel. Then after the mid-thigh swivel, you have the knee caps articulation. You can bend it like so. Articulation right here. So you can see that. And then at the boot, as you can see, which I thought Scarlett was flat-footed, but she's not. But this is the Scarlett figure that everyone, majority of G.I. Joe action figure fans wanted it in the first place, and not that Scarlett that we got when the line first came out. And now, and you see another one of her accessories, pouches right here. I'm assuming this one is for her bow and arrow. She's not holding those in her hand. And speaking of the accessories, comes with quite a few of them. One of her machine guns. I'm not a military expert or a gun expert, so I can't name the guns, what kind of guns these are. Here's one gun. I just know it's an assault rifle. And here's one with, I know parts of the gun, but I don't know what kind of guns these are. I know that's the cartridge right there. Can the cartridge be removed? Yes, oh, it can. It can. I did not know that. You can take the cartridge out and put it back in. And I've learned that by accident, but that's good for the video. I'm glad I discovered that. I did not know that you could take that out. I thought it was attached to the gun. That's good. I discovered that. And here's our backpack. Right here. You see that pretty well. Shades. Alright, and you put it on the hole in her back. The figure's back. And her bow and arrow. Right here. And of course this detaches. And it transforms into a gun. Her bow transforms into a rifle, a gun, just like the original Scarlett figure from the 2020 version. And then you have detachable ponytails of her hair. You decide which one you want to put on. You'll see more of the ponytails in the slideshow. As you see, I already have one on her right now. And she comes with 4 arrows for her bow. And she comes with a pistol. And you see that pretty well. Alright, it's a pistol she comes with. And lastly, some closed fists. Right closed fist and left closed fist. I can't tell which is which at the moment. If you want her to fight with her fist, there's her fist. Okay. And now we're getting ready to go over to the slideshow. In the slideshow, you're going to see this Scarlett figure right here compared to the other 2 Scarletts that were made before her, which is the original Scarlett that came out in 2020. I also reviewed that figure here on this channel. and a movie version of Scarlett, which I just purchased not too long ago. I bought it just for this video. You'll see comparison shots between all three Scarletts. Upcoming next in the slideshow, which we're about to go to right now. So here comes the slideshow. Okay, folks, here we have Charlotte in the packaging. Takes you back. This kind of takes you back in time a little bit, back to the 1980s. Except those old packages, I don't remember seeing the accessories on top like that of the old figures from the 80s, old 3-inch figures. In the past, they were like, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the accessories were located behind the action figure in the packaging. But and it didn't look like that when you open it up back then in the 80s with the 3-inch G.I. Joe figures. Not like it is today. It didn't look like that. Look at all those accessories, a ton of accessories. As you see, Scarlett out of the packaging without her weapons, with the exception of that spout, what you call those things? That's not a good picture, by the way. I apologize for it being blurry right there. Bad picture right there. But the thing that she used, that she puts her bows and arrows in, I'm not sure. The holsters are the guns. As you can see, she got the spurs on her wrists painted on, and as you see, look at the boots. They are heels. She does have heels on her shoes, on her boots. I thought she was flat-footed, but she isn't. As you can see, she does have heels. As a matter of fact, I think she originally came with heels anyway in the first installment of the figures back in the 80s. There's all her bow and arrow weapons. Those are all the bows that come with the bow and arrow, like gun weapon. It's like a combination of a gun and a bow. And there are both of her closed fists and a knife right there. You can see left fist and right fist. And there are all of her guns, including the pistol and 2 rifles. I'm not a gun expert, so I can't name what kind of guns are they. Just know they're guns and rifles. And there's the stand, a figure stand, and a backpack, and 2 different ponytails. And there she is right there, up close shot of her face. As for the 2 different ponytails, for those of you that might be wondering why did Hasbro do that, I think I figured out why. What would be a good suggestion is, if you notice, pay close attention. One of the ponytails is kind of like it's blowing in the wind, and the other ponytail is calm. This is, if you're like that one right there, it's like she's standing still. You would use that one. And the other ponytail, you would use the other ponytail for battle scenes, like when she's in battle, shooting Cobra soldiers or whatever. And you would, because that other ponytail kind of protrudes outward some, like her hair is blowing in the wind. So for situations like that, when I would use the other ponytail for movement situations. And there she is next to the other 2 Scarlett figures, the movie Scarlett in the middle, and the first Scarlett all the way on the other end that came in this toy line. There she is next to the movie Scarlett, which here she's being compared to a real lady, Scarlett Johansson. Is that her name? The lady that played Scarlett in the G.I. Joe movie. Then there she is next to the original Scarlett figure for this toy line. And there's the original Scarlett right there. I don't know why I put an individual picture of the original, but you can see the difference between the original Scarlett and this new Scarlett, this current Scarlett. That's the movie Scarlett right there. That's Scarlett O'Hara, not Scarlett O'Hara, Scarlett Johansson is her name. And there's Scarlett, there's Duke and Snake Eyes, the original Duke and original Snake Eyes right there. And there she is next to 2 other female figures in this line, the Baroness and Zartan's sister Zorana, which Zorana I reviewed on this channel already earlier. And there she is holding one of her guns right there. One of her rifles, rather, 2 hands. There's another pose right there with another rifle. And
there she is with her bow and arrow, or should I say bow and half gun, half bow and arrow, because it turns into a gun too. And there she is being displayed with her pistol, and she has a good trigger finger that can fit onto the hole in the pistol. And there you see a good shot at her holster, her knife holster for holding her knife. And then she also has a holster for her gun also. On the other, I think she does. Make sure, look at the figure again. There she is. You can see, take it out right there. And there's the backpack on her. Right there. It fits in a hole in the upper back, and there she is next to Gung Ho. No, I take it back. She does not. The retro Gung Ho, by the way. No, she does not have a holster for her gun. That holster, only the knife can fit in her holster. I apologize for that. There she is between retro Gung Ho and Duke, between those two guys. And she is one of the shorter female characters. And there's her bio card as reminiscence of the 1980s, by the way. And I should have zoomed there. See what I'm talking about the hair. One piece is protruding outward, and the other is kind of flatter. The piece that's protruding outward would be good for battle scenes, and the piece that's flat would be good for situations where she's standing still. And here's a comparison shot between the two Scarletts, the first Scarlett and this one right here. And here's Scarlett next to a real lady. The actress actually looks like the character, next to Scarlett O'Hara. I mean Scarlett Johansson. I keep saying O'Hara. That's it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Everyone have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video.